Hello and welcome to Swamp Cove scenario number 41 in our quest to play every scenario in RollerCoaster Tycoon. Today's challenge, 1,600 guests by the end of year 3 with a rating of 600. This park already has a pair of large roller coasters. It is a free-to-enter, pay-per-ride park, which is my preferred way to play the game, so that's good. And yeah, we got a lot of space. And I think this is probably going to be an easier challenge than the past couple we've done, so I'm excited to get into it. Let's take a look at these coasters here. We have Sinister, and we have Dexter, and they are racing coasters with kind of different stat profiles to a certain degree, Dexter being the more exciting one. But you can see here, just kind of bog standard, follow each other and then twist back and forth, a little bit of, I don't even know what you'd call this, interlocking pretzel nonsense or something here. But I always like when parks have these in the center. But the main takeaway here is they're not charging nearly enough for these coasters. So let's go ahead and let's go up to $6 each, just because they have a very high excitement rating and could definitely be bringing in some more money. And they're the only two rides in the park right now. Like I said, we have plenty of space. Okay, what's going to show me underwater? I guess I just have to turn on transparent water. We have a ton of space. So probably not too many excuses for not performing in this one. We'll just have to figure out what we're going to be doing. But I'm going to go ahead and just focus on thrill rides. I think everything else, I took a look before I started recording, but everything else is honestly fine. We got enough roller coasters, gentle rides. I don't normally build these, but sometimes I will. I want go-karts, in case you couldn't possibly guess. That's what we're going to get into. But let's go ahead and put in an information kiosk, because I always like having the super expensive umbrellas, but, you know, we'll only charge $5 for those. Get those rolling, and then also put in stuff like bathrooms, so on and so forth. A couple of, you know, a little bit easier to access locations with those would probably be good. Just pop in a couple of spots, as one does. We also do not have any staff except a single mechanic. So we'll go ahead and hire a couple of handymen and a second mechanic, just so we don't have any problems. And then think about what we're going to put in next. Now remember, our goal is 1,600 guests, but we have 3 years. I'm pretty confident that's going to be a simple, easy goal. So I would like to put in one of these cool wooden coasters, but those are kind of expensive, so that should be something we work toward eventually. Spinning Wild Mouse, you already know. We end up putting one of these in almost every single playthrough. But it's a good, pretty simple coaster if we can find a good spot for it. Not always possible to put a very great implementation of this in, but if I do one of these things, I might actually... Yeah, I can pop this in right here. It fits perfectly on the side of the hill. Except for the part where the queue is kind of messed up. So let's give ourselves a little bit of an opportunity to fix that here. Then that's connected there. And then all I've got to do is come this way, do our little loop back like we normally do. And there you go. But why do I not have a banner here? What's up with that? Well, there it is. Okay, that was just a weird graphical glitch. Keeping this at $2 is probably fine. I like how this one actually interacts with the path. That's pretty nice. Let's give him a bench. Just right outside. And I don't see a whole lot of trash cans. Well, I see some, but you already know. We like to put these things in if we can find a nice slope for them. Just so that we don't have to worry about it later when we have a bunch of guests dropping trash everywhere and causing the park rating to plummet. I love it when sounds overlap like that. Alright, so now we're back in the same spot we started with. I really don't care for the twist thing. Launched free fall. You already know. Very easy, very simple ride, but if we can find a good place to put it, where it will interact with some of these other things, then I think that is going to be a smart thing to do. It doesn't always work out that way, though, so we will have to see. probably... Oh, not there. Get out of here. Probably over here would make a little bit more sense. In fact, you know, I don't hate this. So what I will do is I'll put it there, but I will move the exit to be here and the entrance to be here so I can take advantage of the edge of the park here for pathing purposes. So just nice and easy like that there, and I'll just have this come this way so we can actually use... Come on. Get that fence out of there. There we go. We can actually use all of this as a queue. Super easy, super simple. Love to see it. Hey, right off the bat we got go-karts. Cool. Let's put this on faster speed so we don't have to have an hour-and-a-half long video. Just let this be what it's going to be. I haven't even looked at the... okay, we only had a $5,000 loan, but what is the maximum? 15. All right. Good to know. I don't think we need to be trying to borrow too much anyhow. But the more expensive coasters should help pay for a lot of stuff anyway, because these are in pretty high demand. Has no path from the exit. Oh, because the fence is in the way. Okay, well they figured it out anyhow. It's a strange problem to run into. But like I was saying, okay, 4 people in line for that one, but this one has 24. Make that make sense. It's actually kind of strange, because you have to go all the way around to get to this one. Oh, they're just getting back in line after the thing's done. That's what's going on. So this train is full, and this one's basically empty. Okay. Well, it'll even out. Maybe. Just looking at it makes me feel sick. That is quite intense, isn't it? 9.12. We haven't got go-karts yet, right? Oh, we did. We just got those. All right, boys and girls, you already know. We have to put in go-karts. Best, easiest way is just to do the custom tracks like we have been doing forever and ever and ever. And I don't really know where I'd like to put one of these quite yet. I think this over here might be better served as another type of ride. This would be good for a roller coaster back here. So probably, as much as I hate to say it, it probably makes more sense to just come over here and figure out some sort of simple solution. So I'm going to put 2 pieces of station here, and then I'm going to have this go all the way down, and then these guys just go up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. So we can still have a super long station platform while having the entrance and the exit able to be accessed. I think this is fine. We'll just do a little bit more twirling around here. Probably going to have a lot of this area set up as queue space anyhow. I just need to make sure I have a way to get down there. So if that's the exit, that would go there. The entrance could go out and back and then down here. Or I do it again and it comes down here, but that doesn't match, so I think that's fine. I'll just leave this space available, ready to go here. And I think this should line up just fine. Alright, simple, I know. But that's going to be high throughput. 18 cars. We could try 3 laps. It might end up becoming 2, but before we get too comfortable with ourselves, let's put in our pathing here. Nice and simple. Like I had been saying before, if I go down here, then that will make this a very simple process here. Why can I... These fences, man, I'm telling you, that's not ideal. Alright. I miscalculated. Well, that's okay, because I can still get down to here. That'll be alright. Alright, so we are open. I do not want to charge only $2 for this. Let's go to 4. Unpause so I don't miss any profit on this. Just let these guys do what they got to do. We're gonna check the 3-lap strategy on this. It might take a little bit of time because we do have to have, 18 guests to get on here. But I think it's doable. How many are we at now? 15. All right. Almost there. Just need a couple more people. Come on and get on your go-karts. You know you want to. Okay, there's one. Two more. One more. There we are. All right. Let's see what happens here. Probably get really nauseating to ride that. I always end up putting these really sharp curves right at the bottom of steep hills. Not smart design in real life. Higher than expected excitement rating. Okay. 46-second ride time. I guess we're going to have to wait and see what the queue situation ends up looking like, but I think it's going to be okay. Really good value. You mean you pay more dollars to go on this? All right. We'll keep that in mind. This is broken down. Do we have a mechanic en route? Yes. Okay. Looking pretty good. We just completed a pirate ship. Now we're going to get the swinging inverter ship right afterwards. Oh, I thought I had shops and stalls ticked. Alright, well, we'll put that back on there. There's a couple other thrill rides that are really good that we normally build I'd like to have access to. But I really want to save up money so we can have a couple more big roller coasters, which is part of the reason why I'm charging $6 a piece for these. I probably could charge more, but we'll see what happens. Yes, this is already just immensely popular, as go-karts always are. Boy, I'd hate to be that guy that left the pits last after getting caught in traffic. That's a big bummer. I love that these cars end up rotating 270 degrees to let these people out. That's pretty funny. How they only ever go one direction. Alright, are we still 46 seconds, queue time 6 minutes? I don't know, I probably should know, but I don't know the threshold at which they start complaining about queue time. It's probably, if I had to guess, about 10, but we'll see what happens. I can only take so much of that chain noise before I start going insane. We don't have anywhere for guests to eat. You are correct. So why don't we... See, now I'm really conscious of how many times I say go ahead, because people started counting that in the Timberborn videos. But regardless, let's go ahead and start building some food options. And then hopefully they start researching some of those as well. Because cotton candy and ice cream are not nutritionally complete meals. Not that people really go to amusement parks with the intent of having nutritionally complete meals. At any rate. I don't know, if you're like 5 years old, it's probably the best day ever if you can have ice cream and a candy apple or whatever. But the dentists will hate you and love you at the same time if you do that. And then, you know, the parents who have to deal with the child who has been given industrial quantities of sugar. That probably is not a fun thing to have to deal with. But I digress. Let's get some more money in here. Ah, we've got the rain coming in. So people are going to buy those $5 umbrellas. The information kiosk and the souvenir stall. Sell those. Probably is not a bad idea to have another couple of those in various locations if I can find one. That would make sense. We don't have anything in the back of the park yet. I did say I wanted to save this for a larger roller coaster. If I could find one that would fit nicely in there. The go-karts broke down. What kind of failure happened to my go-karts? Vehicle malfunction. Okay, that makes sense. Mechanic is already on site fixing the ride. That is a very good sign. So these have 2 cars per train. Where's the other... Oh, that one left the station really... Ah, that one's broken down. Okay. I really hope this doesn't crash. That would be tragic. So why is this guy not... Okay. Responding. That's fine. 8 people in the queue. Why are they not riding this one as much, even though it's easier to... Wait a minute. Did I... Okay, no. I thought this was a missing path gap. It just does this for some reason. That would have been a funny answer to that question. Top spin. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a very good ride. We end up building a lot. Alright, so we'll go ahead and pop... Man, I really do say that a lot, don't I? Where's going to be a good place to pop this? Because it does have some clearance requirements. This is probably... because, oh, these hang down below the track. That's why I'm so used to being able to build directly under roller coaster tracks. This is probably a good spot to put this. Just nice and easy. Just build this all the way up to there. Put this on intense mode and open. Start making me some money here. Yeah, financials month to month are looking pretty solid for the small size we're at now, but roller coasters are expensive, especially wooden ones. If I want to have a cool wooden twister coaster, I'm going to need... okay, well that one's only $5,400. It's actually very surprising. Ooh, does it fit here? It's got this bit like that that might actually... wouldn't be the worst place to put this. It actually wouldn't be the worst place, but the station would be too close to this path here if it's in this orientation. And if I flip it, then going all the way that side, I don't know that I could get the paths through this. So maybe we'll choose a different different design. Maybe one of the classic wooden ones. I know I always say I want to build something cool, and then I end up just picking one of these basic ones. 13,092. That's a pretty nice looking design. Doesn't really fit tremendously nicely in here, although that does take up a decent chunk of space. Wood chip I've built a bunch of times. Nothing wrong with that at all. It is pretty compact, and it would fit in here nicely at a cost of only $8,350. So at risk of being boring, this probably is the correct move. Just need to have the cash, so I'll just go ahead and do that, because it's better to have it making money. Yeah, look how nicely this is going to fit here. Very good. Probably should have the entrance be at the back or something like that. So let's start with the exit. That should be fine. We get 3 trains. We can reverse the trains if we really want to, but I think this is going to be fine. Set this to, let's go $4. Should be all right. Now I just have to have this all connected here. And I don't need to have this going all the way, snaking back and forth across 3 deep. But I am going to do 2 deep so I can put some stuff in front of it. Like some shops and stalls. As we get new stuff, like bathrooms, I'm sure people are going to want to have. Information kiosk, also a very smart thing for us to be having in the back of the park. And then more ice cream. Probably a smart choice. Fruity ices. Alright, now we need to actually, sell some hamburgers or something, because not too much else we can be doing back here. Alright, so that should be printing some pretty serious money here before too long. Paths are starting to look a little bit rough over here. But we do have a handyman in the area, so that seems to be fine. Yeah, things are progressing nicely enough. Still not as popular to ride Sinister as it is Dexter. Never ever made sense to me. Okay, favorite ride of 182 guests versus favorite ride of 226. But see, this one's more popular. So why, and it has higher satisfaction, so why are fewer people riding this? This doesn't make any sense. Oh well. RollerCoaster Tycoon can be kind of an enigma at some times. Oh, a hat stall. Yeah, you can eat those. Tasty. I love this roller coaster. It's just a money printer. Not super exciting, but, it is a thing that exists. And I do have these other options for thrill rides if we get truly desperate, but I don't think we're going to need to worry about it. I never like having to change the films for these. I always forget. Yeah, we got to do something about Sinister versus Dexter. I know you can't buy drinks because they haven't invented drinks yet. They got to think long and hard about it. They're like, okay, boy, what would be a great idea for our theme park? What if we put liquid in a cup and sold it? Wow, cool. Yeah, okay. I don't know. The marketing department's been spending a whole lot of time sitting out in somebody's car with the windows rolled up. Seems to be kind of a typical thing, though. Corkscrew roller coaster. Is there one of these that's kind of cheap I could... This one always doesn't work. I always forget about these dumb little things. Let's see, but now we actually got a decent bit of cash, so I'd like to build some of these cooler, larger ones. If at all possible, with that nice excitement rating. That is just absolute primary colored deluge. See, none of these really look that interesting. But we have a bunch of other stuff to look at. Mine Train, the Roman Village one, we built a huge, completely out-of-place mine train coaster that ended up costing us $33,000. We already have a couple of these. Bobsled coasters are, I don't know. These things scare me because they can fly off the side of the... Oh, we got hot dogs. But we don't have drinks yet. Okay. Oh, that looks incredible, but it's also $33,000. Let's see. 14 grand. $14,000 for this bad boy. But 7.5 excitement's pretty high. It's one of the higher ones we've seen. Whoa, that looks nuts. Yeah, you know, I kind of want to build this. Kind of want to build this one. We've got to have a little bit more cash. I could take out more of a loan, but I'd rather not cap myself up against the top there. So, where can I... Ooh. Wow, would this actually fit nicely here? I don't hate this. I know you can't find anywhere to buy drinks. These idiots won't figure out how to sell sodas. Okay, so that's almost 18 grand in that configuration, but it does go over paths. That might be the smart way to go about doing this. Although the configuration of the stations does kind of concern me. So maybe we don't want to do one of these. Now the compact inverted coaster does have some other options for us. A Deja Vu, perennial broken down coaster of Six Flags. I don't know. I only went a couple times as a kid, but it was never operating. Maybe unfair to judge the roller coaster based on that, but it is kind of a neat design, just really intense. This is just silly. It says it doesn't have the right vehicle, so maybe I don't want to mess with that. So what have we learned looking at all this is I'm not happy with any of these roller coasters. All right, have they invented drinks yet? No, we have hot dogs and pizza, but no drinks. You better invent a drink stall, or these people are going to complain again. And there'll be absolutely nothing I can do about it. Yes, I know. Oh, that's okay, we can fix the disgusting paths bit. That is something we can fix. Look at these ducks go. They're like turbo speed. Alright, you can have your pizza, but you can't... How am I supposed to eat my pizza without my drink? Yeah, okay. There you go. The memes write themselves. Let's hire a couple more handymen. Because I really don't want to assign them. They're just, I'll tell you what. Instead... Oh, you idiot. You went the wrong way. I'll just, you know, pick this guy up with a pair of pincers here and stick him somewhere in the corner of the park so he has to sweep up all the junk off the ground. Invent beverage. No! Come on. I swear. Come on, man. just invent drinks in a can. Get out the hose. Open your mouth. Here you go. Yes, I know. They're thirsty. How many times have you told me they're thirsty and there's no beverages? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Only 4. But still, that's annoying when you're actually trying and you can't because these people won't invent beverages. We got burgers, though. There you go. Get yourself a hot, juicy burger. There's your drink. All the drippings. The grease out of the fryers for the french fries. There you go. Ugh. Oh, that makes me sick just thinking about it. Alright, well I have almost $16,000. I'm going to begrudgingly turn roller coasters back on because I would like to get maybe one or two other styles of coasters. As long as they research... Oh, okay, no drinks. No drinks. Only roller coasters and pizza. Even just like a regular steel coaster would be good. Then we could do the whoop-de-doos. Unless I really want to be brave and I build a bobsled coaster. Because, you know, I did like this. I thought it was neat, but I'm kind of concerned about how this would end up being constructed. Well, we'll see. I almost have enough cash to build it, so we might as well. So, what's going to be the cheapest? 915, 937, 955. Ooh, if I put it here, it's only 17. Alright. Somehow I missed... There we go. This is the perfect spot. So, to build this with actual, you know, cues and lines and stuff... Oh, I thought this was at a lower level. That's actually a lot better than I thought. Okay. So if that goes there, and that goes there, that might actually be the better way to do it. Let's try. Oh! That is a lot taller than I thought it would be. Looks kind of neat, though. Okay, this has become a substantially greater challenge than I originally expected. So if that goes down here, then that one goes there. I guess that's fine. Okay, I absolutely cannot do that. That looks awful. If I have that come out this way, then that at least lines up with that. Now turn around. This somehow always happens, is I make these just absolutely atrocious path layouts for these. How many squares is this? Like 8? I don't think it really is going to matter that much, but that would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then this can just be what it's going to be. Okay. Right, that is not completely horrible. This is mostly horrible. In fact, no, maybe I don't want to do that. Let's choose kindness here. Let's make that a do not enter. So that's an exit only. I think that's going to be fine. We've got 2 trains, 2 stations. I'm going to have to uncheck this or it will never leave. We figured that out last time. And let's start out with $5. Who's going to be the first? Oh, they're already lining up. But we just have to get that first train out of there, and then we can synchronize it. Should be fine. If they ever, you know, get up here to ride this thing. It does not have a maximum waiting time. Now it does. And that can be left alone. Always sitting in the back. Well, these people are sitting in the front. They'll have to wait until this one finishes. And there you go. So hopefully we can see these go off together here. If they decide to take a super long time. Which they probably will because I don't have the maximum thing checked. Yeah, I'll just leave that on. I always like these. It's just fun. Okay, we got the Steel Wild Mouse. That's another good one. And have they invented drinks yet? You will be absolutely shocked, but they have not. They've not figured out how to put liquid in a cup yet. All right. I guess I can probably leave the coasters on. Oh, this one looks cool. Lay down coaster. See, these are exactly the same except... wait, no, they're not. This one has a shorter station platform. Huh. And a lot less... Or a lot less of a an absolute value of vertical G displacement. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. That looks nuts. $62,000. I think we've looked at that before. Well, the Steel Wild Mouse is good. Very, very simple, like I said before. And this is only $3,650 if you put it in the perfect spot. So let's see. Can it fit in here? I think it can. Oh, look at this. Go over the path here. That might actually be a viable option. If I do this, then I can just go straight down. Yeah, that looks kind of weird, but you know what? I'm into it. Let's go. Just do our little curly Q thing here. And down we go. Nice. I do think we're going to have some more handymen, and we're actually making pretty decent money now, so I think we can afford that. They will invent literally any type of roller coaster before they figure out how to put water in a cup. Astounding. Alright, let's go up to 10 handymen. Go ahead and get a couple more mechanics. Should help us out tremendously. We are somehow not quite halfway to the, I don't know why I can't talk anymore, guest goal for this scenario. But once we have a couple more of these big coasters in place, I think we'll be in pretty good shape that way. Just got to get these guys in here. We got 32 people on the ride at a time here. Seems to be enjoyable. I've been queuing for ages. Okay, well, it's only been 6 minutes. Have some patience. You'll be alright. Safest park in the country. Cool. Please don't crash. Invent drink. Please and thank you. Do they have any? They still have roller coasters. But no drinks. This has got to be some sort of intentional thing on behalf of the game designers here. Yes, I know. I'm trying. I'm trying. Alright, let's give them a merry-go-round for literally no reason other than I usually have these and we haven't made one yet. So if I do that there, let's give them a real simple setup there. What other gentle rides? No haunted house. Crooked House isn't really a great substitute for that, but we can definitely put in some more simple stuff like a Ferris wheel. They don't need to have a queue for that. Wait, no, I absolutely do because I forgot. That's how the Ferris wheel works. Is you have to have a queue. You can't get away with that because you have to have 2 riders per car. There we go. Now they can actually, line up for it. Some of these you can get away with it, not doing that, but not that one. Okay, you still roller coasters. Okay, please give me the regular steel looping coaster, and then make drinks, please. People have been begging me. It is the end of year 2, and you still have not. Oh, come on, you still have not invented drinks. There's people who've been in the park since day 1. They are so thirsty, it's inconceivable, and you refuse to yield. Give me drinks. Well, I'm gonna cut them off. I'm gonna cut them off on the roller coasters until we get drinks after this part. It's just there's no reasonable way to continue without having beverages. But we're making good money. Now we just need to have a couple more roller coasters. Yes, I know. I'm trying. Stop sending me that message. Alright, Heartline Twister. Super not exciting. It is what it is. Please, for the love of all that is holy, give me a drink stall before these people just spontaneously combust. Oh, okay. Shop/stall. And the 14th of March, which is only 2.5 weeks because the calendar skips the winter months. It better be drinks. That's all I'm going to say. It better be drinks. How many rides do we even have? I've got 11, including the non-roller coasters. Gonna need a couple more. All right. Please be drinks. Oh, you're afraid to tell me, huh? I swear. Okay. All right. All right. That's no. We're moving on. See, these aren't great. The mini suspended coasters. Classic mini roller coaster can be, you know, kind of nice. This is really not a bad design. The 5.1 for something that small. That one's kind of big. That's really big for these. 5.3. Oh, but these the stations next to each other don't always do super well. Okay, let's try to find a spot for this guy. Maybe not in the corner here, but somewhere. Wouldn't be the worst thing ever to have one of these kind of over here interacting with this other coaster. As long as we can have a decent, well, anything. Alright. Research a drink stall. I know you can. I know you can do it. If we get to the end of this scenario with no drink stall, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, I have a beverage. But these people don't. That's not where that goes. Alright, so that should... Oh, I made a miscalculation. Unfortunate. So this will have to go here. Just like that. Okay. Come one, come all, ride U00... wow. 0957. What a magnificent name for a roller coaster. Good job. Are you going to be a drink stall, or are we going to have a problem? So it's March. I've got April, May, June, July, August, September, October to get to 1,600 guests. That's another 680 guests. I think we can do it. But we're going to need more coasters, which is why I really wanted to have those steel ones, because those are real easy. Real easy to get made. But I guess the corkscrew roller coaster is going to have to be close enough. And you can kind of do the same general thing with those. I just don't have any ready-made. Honestly, this looks completely insane, but it's $14,000. I don't think I'm going to be... That also looks completely insane. Let's see, anything... Okay, 8,800 bucks. Oh, that's bigger than I thought it was going to be. Okay, maybe not. Who else? That one is just ridiculous. Don't tell me all of these designs are completely terrible. Okay, what about this? Another one of these that's a lot longer than I thought they'd be. Alright, this might actually be kind of okay, and it goes over the path. 75.88. Alright, bring me my money. And I'm in single speed, so this is a problem. Can I push 2? I should actually know this. No, that does something else. That hides, the water. Okay, well I can build it anyway. So I want this to be able to connect here, which means I have to have 2. I guess that doesn't matter. Spending way too much time worrying about this. Yeah, let's just do that. If it's a single train that does that, I think I should be able to get by with just having this here. Actually, how long is the train? 7 cars, that's 28, that's not long enough. We'll go out 2. For this bit at least. Okay, then that can go that way, that can go that way, that can go that way, and then I come to here, which you cannot see, and I put that there. Alright, cool. On you go. I'll charge you $3 whole, and it sells on-ride photos. Cool. Come ride the roller coaster while I inspect the, You gotta be joking. Fries. We have almost every type of food, but no beverages. Alright. Who's gonna ride the roller coaster? Okay, here comes some people. This area over here has vanishingly little options for food. So I figured we'll just go ahead, put the burgers over here. Alright. I know you're going to give me a drink stall. Come on. Please? Can you do me the kindness? So what's funny is everything else seems to be going really, really well, except nobody can have anything to drink ever. I mean, they're going to go in the bathroom and start drinking out of the toilet at some point. You don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that, especially not at a theme park. So I guess I'll just keep on building little roller coasters until we get drink stalls. So these Virginia reels are objectively kind of terrible, but yes, I know they can't find anything to buy drinks, but they're cheap. And it's really not that bad if you can find yourself a decent spot to build it. Ooh, if I flip that, then I can actually build this here. Well, maybe. Okay, I can't raise this, huh? No, it's already at the maximum height. Alright, well, can I can. Okay. Oh my god, they did it. They actually did it. The Mad Lads invented beverages. Praise be. Alright, let's let's mark this momentous occasion by opening a mediocre roller coaster. Sheesh. Alright, Texas Tubs is open. $2. I don't dare charge any more money than that. Okay, drink stall. You're about to sell out of your Mountain Dew Baja Blast. And actually, this is older than Baja Blast. That came out like the early 2000s. Get your drinks. Your thirst shall be quenched. There you go. Have another one. Alright. And there's still more shops and stalls after all that. We have all these, and they just now invented drinks. Oh, that should get us, honestly, most of the way there. I think. So as long as people, you know, actually ride these roller coasters, we might be okay. Just got to get that number up to 1,600. Park rating has been pretty good for a while. Just pegged at 999 the whole time. But people don't want to ride these rides in the back. Probably because they were thirsty and they went home. Now that that's no longer a problem, maybe we'll be okay. Let's hire one more mechanic. And I guess we'll see what they start coming up with. Let's turn roller coasters back on. I'm just very curious what other shops and stalls they come up with now that they actually have beverages. Okay. Nope, I hit the wrong button. Popcorn, okay. Oh, okay, it's a good thing you got the drinks before you got the popcorn, because that's going to make you thirstier than... Well, okay, insert your favorite phrase there. I don't know, these people don't seem to like the Virginia reel very much. Can't really say I blame them, but... This area here is begging for some more stuff. I don't have a lot of options, ride-wise. This would be like a good spot for a good flat ride that wasn't completely terrible. As long as it had space. We'll do a crooked house, that's fine. Alright, now are you going to give me the looping roller coaster? Okay, it is a roller coaster. I just want to make the whoop-de-doos. That's all I want. That's the only thing I need. Grant me this one wish. You already gave me the drink stall. I know that I'm asking for a lot. Just do me the kindness here. Well, it's not going to show me for a little bit anyway. People are still willing to line up for a whole long time for these go-karts. at $4 a pop. That's a success. Okay, anything else? Like, these gentle rides I never really like building because they're just nothing burgers. I mean, Ghost Train's kind of cool, but that's something that really takes a lot of time with scenery that I don't really care to spend. Also, these can crash, and it's horrific. But 3.9 excitement rating is pretty compelling, not gonna lie. Even if this is like the saddest thing on the face of the earth. Okay, so that here would be the same height. If I go down one, then I think that's the height I want. Maybe not. No, that's the height. There we go. That's the height I want. Nope, nope, nope. I need to flip those. I need to flip those. Just based on the elevation of the paths. Okay, so just a real simple thing here. Leave space for stalls in front. And there we go. Very disappointing with nothing next to it, but hey, they'll come right at. They'll make money. Or I'll make money. They'll spend money. Popcorn. Let's give them a bathroom. And then, yes, a drink stall, because it is apparently a meme at this point. And we should give them a couple of benches. Alright, that seems good. Wooden Wild Mouse, Twister Coaster. Alright, I'll take it. That's fine. But it's August. So let's strategize here. We built a decent number of coasters. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not a coaster. 6, 7, 8, I think. Should be enough. But we've got cash. And August, September, October is 12 weeks. I really should have started on this earlier, but let's go for 11 weeks. Advertising campaign for the park. 40 people in the queue for Sinister. That's good. What about for Woodchip? 12. Queue for this, 12. Queue for the Texas Tubs, 1. Okay, well, I don't really care. That wasn't expensive. Let's advertise Woodchip for 11 weeks. That's also a decent moneymaker. And no free tentacles this time, but as an apology for the multiple years of thirst, we'll give away free drinks and do free rides on Texas Tubs. How about that? For 11 weeks. All right. I think realistically that should be enough to get us over the hump to 1,600. So we'll go ahead and do our end of episode fun stuff here. Boy, this was a quick one. Only 48 minutes. But I really appreciate you guys watching these videos and giving fun feedback on them. I love this game. It's really fun. I know, it's not the beavers. It's not other stuff. But part of the reason why I started doing the channel memberships was for people who wanted to support the channel and make it so that we could do stuff that wasn't just dictated by the algorithm. And so far, that's been a tremendous, tremendous help. And the Beard Boosters have made a huge difference in the stability of the channel and making it possible for me to do more fun stuff and not have to go get a bunch of extra jobs somewhere else or whatever. So I really do appreciate the support. Truly, incredibly grateful. And I've got some stuff planned for the future of this channel and some other stuff that I think a lot of you are going to enjoy. I just have to be able to, actually sit down and do it. But those folks truly do make it possible, and I'm always going to be thankful for it. So let's go ahead and come out of this time lapse and say goodbye, put our name on the list, not in that order, and get on out of here. All right, and there we go. Company value of $306,690, 1,885 guests. I will consider that a win any day of the week. So on the list, the name goes, if I spell it correctly. And that is it for this video. Whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you back soon for more coasters. And in the meantime, we got another 6 days of beaver content coming your way. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.